going to hear you speak about the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, Prabhuji, very much.
Yeah. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्दे अहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललितान् श्रीविशाखान्वितां हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धु भैरवच पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनतारिणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम्। हरे कृष्ण। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल I want to pay my most humble obeisance unto my spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada, by the unconditional mercy of whose we have we came to know about this Gaudiya Vaishnavism. First of all, I want to pray in the lotus feet of all previous acharyas as well as the devotees who are present in this online Zoom meeting. And actually, I'm not that much of capable to speak in English because it is not my mother language, or I'm not used to it. Many all the time I am giving lecture in Odia only, so sometime in Hindi, but English it is like I, I am not very much. I'm not very much like used to speak in English, so I would like to ask for the mercy of all of yours so that I could speak on Srimad Bhagavatam. Yesterday night, Prabhuji called me and Prabhuji just asked me to give a class. So Prabhuji asked me on which topic you want to speak. So at that time, literally, I thought I have no such topic in which I can speak fluently, because both spiritually and materially I'm not mature enough. My age is not that much of I will speak on some spiritual topics. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, whatever I have got from them, I will just for purify myself, like Dhruva Maharaj, Srila Prahlad Maharaj says in his stuti to Nursing Dev that Puyeta Jena hi puman anuvarnitenam, O Lord Nrsimha, whoever speaks of your glories, he is purified. Puyate, he is purified. We become purified by glorifying the Lord. So, having so much of anarthas, so much of like unwanted things, still I am in a hope of purifying myself. I would glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. Yesterday night, saying, so I thought I can try to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam as per I have heard from my spiritual master and I have read from the like writings of previous acharyas. So one thing is that I love our previous acharyas most, and Srila Guru Maharaj, my spiritual master, His Holiness Haladra Swami Maharaj, He has taught me to read Sanskrit and to read Acharya's commentary on Bhagavatam, especially. So by reading those commentaries, I like in my conditioned state, I have developed a little bit of affection from them for them. So that I want to share how Srimad Bhagavatam is none other than Krishna. You might have known all these things which I am going to speak today. So it would be not new for you, but just to purify myself, I want to do the kirtan, this Bhagavat Katha kirtan. So first of all, Srimad Bhagavatam, many people the Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's main contribution is this Srimad Bhagavatam. Before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srimad Bhagavatam was there, but nobody knows that this Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all Vedic literatures. Still now, we find in Odisha also many other Sampradaya peoples, many other Sampradaya bhaktas, they are not belong to our Gaudiya Sampradaya. They take Srimad Bhagavatam as ordinary shastras, like other some I would not like to mention their name because it is being live streamed. So whenever they counter us from the teachings of other scriptures, we give the solution of those questions by Srimad Bhagavatam, and we tell them that you should learn all this scripture, you should study all this scripture according to Srimad Bhagavatam, but they deny because they do not know, because we are coming in the parampara of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why we are feeling that Srimad Bhagavatam is a great scripture, like Srila Prabhupada says, great literature. Yes, but they don't know this. And the first, my Guru Maharaj says, the main contribution of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is this Srimad Bhagavatam. And also in the limbs of bhakti, the five major limbs of bhakti, like Mathuravas, Sadhu Sangha, Nama Sankirtana, there is Bhagavata Shravana. It is not written that His Holiness Radha Govind Swami Maharaj says, like Bhagavata Shravana means only hearing Bhagavatam is much capable to destroy all our sin and take us to back to Krishna. Like other scriptures, like Bhagavad Gita or other Puranas, after hearing them or after reading them, you have to do something. Then only that will work. Like in Srimad Bhagavatam, His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj says these things. I like this point, so I am sharing. His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj says, like whenever we are reading Bhagavad Gita, Krishna Krishna said that Jad karosi, jadosnasi, jaddu hosi, jadasiyat. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you perform, just offer it to me. So by hearing that, we have to offer. Then only that will work. Like Krishna told, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam braja. So after hearing Sarva dharman parityajya, we have to abandon all duties, all our prescribed duties, dharmas. Then only that will work. But in the case of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is not that. Only by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, your life will become successful. So, like in the second sloka of Srimad Bhagavatam, Dharma Prujita Kaitovatra, in the last line it is written, Sadhya Hridi Avarudyate Atra Kritibi Srushnusu Vitakshanat. Like whenever one person Sushnusu, just feel the like he will become anxious to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. At that point, Krishna will enter into his heart. He have not heard. He's not developing a desire to hear. At that point, Krishna will enter into his heart. Then what to speak of hearing? Then what to speak of always meditating on that Srimad Bhagavatam? And because this potency of Srimad Bhagavatam is due to like Srimad Bhagavatam, it is none other than Krishna himself. Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna. Like in Chaitanya Bhagavatam, it is said that Krishna Tulya Bhagavata Vibhu Sarvasa. Like Krishna, like Krishna is Vibhu or means great, and Krishna is Sarvasaya means is the refuge of all living entities. Like that, Srimad Bhagavatam is also Vibhu and Sarvasaya. And my English is not good, so I don't know whether I am able to make you understand or not. Like it is Krishna himself. Like in Chaitanya Charitamrita we read, like Krishna has his plenary expansions, has his like expansion of expansions, and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, he is Krishna himself coming, not his plenary expansion, not his the Ansa or Kala. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. Like that, Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna himself, none other than Krishna. And uh, in like here in India, generally people says that how Krishna left the body, how Krishna left the planet. Like Krishna was sitting on a tree. Then one Jarasavara came, one hunter came, and he thought Krishna's feet as a deer's ear. So he just shooted with his arrow. Then that arrow hurt into the like that touched the feet of Krishna. Then Krishna left the body. But it is not true actually. Like it is written in Srimad Bhagavatam also. This story is in Srimad Bhagavatam, but it is not the fact. Because is it possible? After that pastime, Srila Sukadeva Goswami says, "Martena ja Guru Sutam jamalokat anitam." Like after hearing this story, like Parikshit Maharaj heard all entire Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami. And in the 12th canto, Parikshit Maharaj to Parikshit Maharaj, Sukadeva Goswami is saying how Krishna left his body. Like he was sitting on a plant. One hunter came and hunter killed Krishna. So after hearing this statement, Parikshit Maharaj astonished. Then what is the use of hearing all Bhagavatam? If a normal hunter can kill Krishna, then what is the use? And till now, in India, every follower of Sanatana Dharma believes that how Krishna left his body like this. But is it possible? Like many person we see in our daily life, that they have no legs. Like whenever we travel, I don't know what happens in America, but in generally when we travel through train, we see so many people. They from due to some accident or due to some reason, they do not have their leg have been cutted off from their body. Still they are living. And if a normal person can live with after his leg being cutted, leg being separated out from his body, then how Krishna can die? How Krishna can lift his body just by the arrow, shooting of the arrow of that Jarasabhara? It is not possible. And it is also astonishing. So this astonishment came to Parikshit Maharaj. How is it possible? So there, Parikshit Maharaj Shukadeva Goswami told Parikshit Maharaj, yes, I want to taste your faith in Krishna. That's why I told this story. But nothing has happened with Krishna like this. And after that, Parikshit Maharaj, Shri Sukadeva Goswami says to Parikshit Maharaj, na marte na jo nijo guru sutam jamalokat anitam. Now, when Krishna was living on this planet, he brought his the infants of his guru, infants of his spiritual master from the Yamaloka. How can Krishna can be killed like this way? It is not possible. And then Parikshit Maharaj asked to Krishna, then why you told this story and it is in Bhagavatam? How we can disbelieve it? So there, Acharyas writes in those verses like no, for Kalim Prabesaya, to enter Kali Yuga, it was required. This pastime was required, because if we think like Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead, he can't be killed in this way, then everyone will have firm faith in Krishna. Nobody will disbelieve Krishna. Then how Kali Yuga will come? Kali Yuga can't come. So to influence people, normal people who disbelieve Krishna, Parikshit Sukadeva Goswami have narrated this pastime that Krishna killed in this way. But Krishna haven't killed in this way. Actually, the way how Krishna went back to his Golaka is described in Padma Puran. There is another story. What happened when Krishna left his body? So at that time, Uddhava and Shri Vidura ji was with Lord Krishna, and in Padma Puran it is Bhagavat Mahima. In Bhagavat Mahima, it is written. Now, Uddhava is seeing how Krishna is leaving his body. Like we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, at the time of leaving his body, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered into three places, disappeared at three places. Like some devotees who were at the inside the temple of the Lord Jagannath, Puri, they saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered into Lord Jagannath. And other few devotees who were at the time at our sea, Mahodadi, they saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just entered into the ocean. And other group of devotees who were in the Alarnath, they saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is entering into the Vigraha of Alarnath. So it is conflicting. Like, not conflicting means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is disappeared. This much we have got information that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared in three places. So like that, Krishna also disappeared by two places. He is not disappeared. Krishna went to his Golaka in two ways, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it is mentioned in Padma Puran. How Uddhav is saying, Sokiyam jad bhave tejam tacca bhagavate yadhat virodhaya pravisyam Srimad Bhagavataranam. In Padma Puran it is written there that Sokiyam jat bhave tejam tacca bhagavate yadhat. Uddhav is seeing at the time of leaving this planet, Krishna in two forms, in two ways. One in one way, Krishna Sokya Jata Bhaveteja Tacha Bhagavate Adhat. Krishna gave all his potency in Srimad Bhagavatam. And in the second way, Tirodhaya Prabhisayam Srimad Bhagavataranam. And in the second way, a chariot came. Krishna just rode that chariot and went to his Golaka Vrindavan. And in the second way, we heard that Krishna entered Tirodhaya Prabhisayam Srimad Bhagavataranam. First of all, when he was sleeping, he gave all his potency into Srimad Bhagavatam. After giving all potency into Srimad Bhagavatam, in one form, Krishna rode the chariot and went to Golok Vrindavan, and in another form, in that place, Krishna entered into Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavata Arnavam, the ocean like Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna entered, means it is Krishna himself, Srimad Bhagavatam. Until now, in many places of Odisha, they worship Srimad Bhagavatam as a main deity in the altar. So in Braja, in Vrindavan, we have many sadhus, they worship Srimad Bhagavatam, like sadhus worship Salagram Sila, Govardhan Sila. Also, there are sadhus who worship Srimad Bhagavatam himself, and whenever they are offering some prasadam, they offer to Srimad Bhagavatam. They put tulsi and keep in front of Srimad Bhagavatam, then chant Gopala mantra. Bas, after they take that prasadam. Like they worship Srimad Bhagavatam as Krishna himself. Because Krishna entered into Srimad Bhagavatam, it is none other than Krishna. So whenever we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, it is Krishna himself whom we are whom we are hearing or whom we are reading. Like in Chaitanya, like Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, whenever we are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhishya Karna Randreda, Swanubhava Saroruham, Dhunoti Samalam Krishnam, Salilaksya Gatha Sarat. Like it is Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in his commentary of Sarat Darshini that whenever we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna himself enters into our heart, not Krishna's Katha. Prabhishya Karna Randreda Swanubhava Sararuham Dhunoti Samalam Krishna. Krishna enters, Krishna himself enters in our in the ear. Not this Katha enter. Like whenever hearing Katha, the sound vibration hears in our ear. But Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur have such firm faith on Srimad Bhagavatam that he writes, no, 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 not the sound vibration entering into your ear. It is Krishna himself entering into your ear. Like that much of faith our acharyas used to have. They are having this much of faith in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And lastly, we will read like in the first chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, first chapter, first sloka. After before starting Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives a nice commentary how this Srimad Bhagavatam is the incarnation of Krishna, and why and how he incarnated in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna. Like as we see from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna comes. When Krishna comes, Krishna says in fourth chapter, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam shrijami aham. Like whenever yada yada hi dharmasya, whenever there is declination in dharma and inclination in adharma, their irreligiousness. And my English is not good. I'm trying. Please excuse me. So whenever the demoniac nature, whenever the demoniac propensity in the human society increases, then I come to this material world. Like Krishna says this much. So also all the Yuga avatars, they also come for this reason only. As per Chaitanya Charitamrita, we know whenever a Yuga avatar or any form of Lord appears, get incarnated in this material world, it is for uh, maintaining the spiritual what we can say, uh, like dharma. To maintain the dharma, they incarnate. So what is the use of Srimad? What is the use of incarnating in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam for Krishna? Like Krishna incarnated himself as Srimad Bhagavatam. But why Krishna incarnated in this form? So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives a nice commentary on this. We will hear that commentary. Then after that, we will take the question and answer session. Like it is in the starting of Srimad Bhagavatam. I'm reading one by one. I will read direct commentary, then I will translate. I'll try to translate in English. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is like why I want to read the direct commentary, because Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, whatever he have wrote, it was prompted by Radharani only. Like and his commentary, like he was having so much of faith in Lord, and his commentary are so powerful that once his commentary, in those time there was no printing machine before 300 years. So the devotees used to write, like Jiva Goswamis and all other Goswamis used to write on like leaves using ink. So whenever they do book distribution, what they do, they write the entire scripture in another manuscript. After that, they distribute. Then if they want to distribute another copy, then they have to write the entire scripture, the entire commentary. Like if nowadays, if anyone will come to us and ask, like you write all the Srimad Bhagavatam which have been written by Srimad Srila Prabhupada, then you can distribute that copy. Who will do that? We have no time to read Srimad Bhagavatam, entire Srimad Bhagavatam. And how can we write all Srimad Bhagavatam, entire Srimad Bhagavatam and distribute it? It is impossible for us. Like that, in those times also they are doing like that. And in the main manuscript, where Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has written a commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, once due to misplacement, like Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur used to live in Radhakund. So due to some reason, due to some misplacement, his commentary just dropped into the water of Radhakund. And devotees are seeing, like old manuscripts are made up of tal tree leaves. Uh, so tal tree leaf, if by ink you have written something on a leaf, then if that just dig into a water, dropped into a water, it will vanish. The ink will ink will dissolve into the water. But astonishingly, the commentary it remained as it is. Nothing happened to him. And that commentary, a big huge size of commentary, floated on the water of Radhakund. Like that much of potency Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary have. So if we hear that commentary directly, means direct commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, it will be like more powerful than just describe the translation of that commentary. So I am trying to read that from Sanskrit manuscript, then I will translate that. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, इह खलु निखिल कल्याण गुणमाधुर्य बारिधौ महेश्वर्य साम्राज्य स्वयं भगवती परम भास्वती अधिधरणी. Like by one line we will here just understand, try to understand. He says in the first line, इह खलु निखिल कल्याण गुणमाधुर्य बारिधौ. It is absolutely correct that Lord Krishna, he is Nikhila Kalyana Gunamadhuri Varidho. He is the reservoir of all auspiciousness, all like best qualities, and Maheshwarja Samraji, and he is the owner of all opulences, and Swayam Bhagavati Paramabhaswati Adhidharani, and most effulgent, Paramabhaswati, most effulgent, and Swayam Bhagavati. The Krishna himself is Swayam Bhagavati. He is the supreme personality of Godhead himself. He is not any Lord Krishna. He is trying to just mention the position of Krishna, clear the position of Krishna first. So he is saying like this Krishna, who is very powerful, very effulgent, and just upward of all auspiciousness, he himself, Swayam Bhagavati, he himself, Paramabhaswati Adhidharani, he himself came into this planet. He himself incarnated. Jatha Samaya Bilasya, and he, after incarnating, he did so many pastimes. Why Krishna incarnates? We hear in Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha duskritam dharma sansthapanarthayam sambhavami juge juge. This statement, like any yuga avatar can come, any yuga avatar can do this thing, but what the need of Lord Krishna himself to appear? He haven't come paritranaya sadhuna, like the mitigate the miseries of sadhus, of saints. He came to this planet. But one acharya just raised a question. In Bhagavatam we hear Kunti Maharani is praying to Lord Krishna that Vipadah Santutah Saswa Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru Bhavato Darshanam Yatsad Apunar Bhava Darshanam. Like the real devotee, the pure devotees, they are never afraid of their miseries. But they ask for the miseries to Lord. Oh Lord, please please give us the misery, please give us the misery. Because why? Now, whenever we have misery, when we will feel pain, then only we will think of you. So paritranaya sadhuna, it is written in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna told that paritranaya sadhuna. Oh, what sort of misery is being tolerated by sadhus, that Krishna has to come? Like one Acharya writes that this misery is not the material misery. It is uh, it is a misery that is arising because of not seeing Krishna. This, to mitigate this misery, Krishna came. Means why I am saying this thing, like Krishna came just to please his devotees in this material life, just to give the darshan to his devotees, the asuras, to kill the demons, to establish religion principles. It can be done by any other incarnation, but Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna himself only came here to entertain his devotees, nothing else. So Jatha Samaya Bilasya, he made many pastimes with his devotees. He enjoyed the nectar-like pastimes with his devotees, and after that, when the time came to went back to his Golak Vrindavan, Antarhite, when he disappeared, when he went back to his abode, Nana Shastra Purana Itihasa Adinam Sarvajana Nikaya Trayakatvarupesu Arthesu Avasthitate. Like he says, like I also not very fluent in Sanskrit because of like I know little bit, so I'm trying to explain that. And when Krishna disappeared from this planet, the Nana Shastra Purana Itihasa, the scriptures in the form of Itihasa, Purana, Veda, Vedanta, they guided the devotees. They guided the mass of people. Like Trayakata Rupesu Arthesu, like the security guard, like the watchmen, like the guardians, they like the security, they like protected, not guided, they protected all the living beings from committing sinful activities by their instructions. They protected all of them after the disappearance of Lord Krishna, because when Krishna was present on this planet, everyone like they were following the script, they following the like they are maintaining a pious life. But after Krishna went back to his abode, then the people the people they just live because of the scriptures only, taking the instructions from the scriptures. And a certain time came when जामिकेषु अर्थेव कालेन दैवात् वैगुण्य उदयात् आलस्य नैव केषुचित् प्रसुप्तेषु. And in being in the course of time, gradually what happened, like uh, like some of the scriptures they disappeared. um, like we see nowadays, many scriptures we don't have them, we have only their name or only. And a sad thing which I came to know just few days ago, few days back, like 65% of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's writing is missing. We have only their name, but we don't have their hard copies. 65% of the writings of Bhaktivinoda Thakur is not available. So like after Lord Krishna, scriptures were guiding the people, but in due course of time, many of them get disappeared. and and those scriptures who like the peoples who were having some like many scriptures disappeared, and some few of them were at that time guiding the people. But that scriptures, by following the instruction of that scriptures, the people in general were not getting that much of happiness. because that scripture, they were not like in line with bhakti. Hmm. They were not giving the instructions to like in some scriptures, whatever written by past acharyas, like there were the instructions like devan pitrun samabhyarcha khadan mansan daya bhat. Like if you worship demigods, you worship your father mothers, you worship your forefathers, then by worshiping them, if you consume meat, like when if you have desire to eat flesh, then you bring that flesh, you murder, you kill a animal, you bring their flesh, and you offer to demigods, and you offer to your forefather. After that you can eat. Uh, uh, like that time of this, like all the sattvic scriptures, many sattvic scriptures disappeared, and who remained, they were tamasic scriptures and rajasic scriptures. So they were just adjusting with the peoples. If you have desire, then you can do this thing. If you are desire to eat meat, then you can eat meat at Sunday, or you can eat meat in Monday. So like that. So by following those instructions, people were not getting that much of happiness. And it is the scriptures, by their instruction only, they were taking away the happiness of the people. Because how can a person feel happy by following these instructions, that if you have desire to eat meat, then you can eat meat by offering to some demigods. And when Narada Muni chastised Vyasadev, he told this thing only. He said, Jugupsitam dharma krutenu sasanam. Oh, Vyasa, you have written so many scriptures, but you have did a mistake. You have done a nonsensical thing. Jugupsitam, nimditam. Like what Jugupsitam? Jugupsitam means very bad. What you did? Na swabhav raktasya mahan vyatikrama. Those person who were inclined to eat meat, you allowed them, giving some term and condition, by the idea, by the hope that being doing this, they will gradually become pure. You hesitated from directly restricting them. You granted some uh, you gave some excuses to them, and it is jugupsitam, and it is very bad. Therefore they are not getting happiness. And this scripture, by their instruction, they took all the happiness of the people in general, also the happiness of Vyasadeva, who compiled them. So Vyasadeva have compiled all the scripture. But those scriptures who were there after the Lord Krishna, by their instruction, they took the happiness not only of the people in general, but also the happiness of their writer, Vyasadeva. And at this time, when Lord Krishna saw this, like the Vyasadeva himself is not happy, and the people in general they are not getting right direction. They are not being directed toward my bhakti. Then Krishna, like he said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Jada Jadahi Dharmasya Glanir Bhavati Bharata, whenever and wherever there is declination in religious practices, I appear. And due to this, and now the declination in the scriptures have happened. The scriptures are not guiding the people in general in a direct way, in the way towards Lord Krishna. And due to this, Lord Krishna, Jadasu Mahaminayava, Mahaminayiva, like in the like in the aquatic animals, like Krishna appeared Mahamina, Mina avatar. Krishna took Mina avatar. And Murugesu, Jagya Varahaiva. And in the like in the animals on the planet, on the surface of earth, he incarnated as a Varaha, a boar. And Vihangame Susri Hansaiva. And in the birds, those animals who are living in the water, Krishna appeared in the form of Meena. and those animals who are living in the earth, Krishna appeared as Varaha, and those animals who are flying in the sky, Krishna appeared as Sri Hansa avatar, and Nrusu, Swayam Bhagavan, and as Lord Krishna himself, among the human, Krishna appeared as Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, and Swayam Krishna, like he appeared, and Devesu Upendraiva, and like the demigods, in between the demigods, Lord Krishna has appeared like Upendra, in the form of Upendra, means Bamanadev, and Jyotisu, Sahasransuriva, like in the all the stars, Krishna has appeared as a sun, and like this way, Vedesu, and in between the all the scriptures, when all the scriptures were not guiding the people in general in the right way, Lord Krishna himself, not his plenary person, not his expansion of some expansion, he himself सर्ववेदेषु श्रीमद् भागवताख्या शास्त्र चूड़ामणि द्वादश स्कंदात्मकम, he appeared as Srimad Bhagavatam, having 12 shoulders, like Narayana have 4 shoulders only, but Srimad, in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna appeared in 12 shoulders, dwadasha skanda, and अष्टादश सहस्र सदनो महाजन व्यंजित अर्थ कल्पतरुरी अवतार, and in the face of 18,000, Krishna appeared like this in Srimad Bhagavatam. And we are hearing from this from Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary. And lastly, we have the time is over now. In the Chaitanya Bhagavat, it is written that because Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna himself, and therefore we shouldn't think that we will understand Srimad Bhagavatam. No, it is not possible. He says, Bhagavata buji hai na jare achi gyan, se na jane kabu Bhagavatera praman. Like in Chaitanya Bhagavat, it is said, Vishnu Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, like whoever thinks that he will understand Srimad Bhagavatam, he never understands Srimad Bhagavatam. It is impossible. And how a person will understand Bhagavatam? If he is having any mentality to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, it is not possible. The only way is that Bhagavate Achinta Ishwara Buddhijar Se Jane Bhagavata Artha Bhakti Sar. Only that person who is thinking, in my whole life, in my next 100 birth, I will not understand Srimad Bhagavatam. I will not be able to understand Srimad Bhagavatam. That person can understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Who thinks that I can understand Maha Achintya, like Krishna, like Lord is Achintya. He can't be understandable. Like that, Bhagavatam is, we can't understand Srimad Bhagavatam. This mentality is required when, at the time of reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, Srimad Bhagavatam should not be read, it should be served. Like prasadam, we should not be we should not eat prasad. We should serve prasad. Like that, we shouldn't read Bhagavatam, but we should serve Bhagavatam by just all the verses whenever we read, just relishing, not just like thinking it is Krishna himself. By this way and reverence, we can serve Srimad Bhagavatam. So thank you, Hare Krishna. This much I have no such experience in spiritual life. Those I have gotten from my previous my spiritual master and all the acharyas. I just try to present them. I again want to excuse my. I want to bring forgiveness for my mistakes which I have committed on Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpitru Vishwakripasindhu Bhaivacha Sattanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo
Thank you very much, Praneshwar Krishna Prabhu. It was amazing when you described the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam as to how Bhagavatam is inconceivable like Krishna, Achinta, and how we should not try to understand and try to make meaning in a different way. Rather, we should serve that mood is very prevalent in your ability to convince and convey the message of the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. It's very nice that you took Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary and planned it in such a nice way to compare and contrast some of the capabilities and some of the strengths of Srimad Bhagavatam to us. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, please unmute yourself and ask Praneshwar Krishna Prabhu, who has been preaching. I was just looking at his YouTube social handle. He has got 100,000 followers. He's doing a lot of preaching, and I'm sure he's connecting with so many people and so many devotees, so he will be able to answer some of our questions. So please unmute and ask a few questions to Prabhuji, and after that we can have an announcement of the temple. Anyone have any questions around the topic just covered today? Okay, I think this was a very good topic to ponder on a Sunday morning. And it looks like there's no question from anyone. I think, Prabhuji, you have convinced a lot of devotees on the glories and how we should understand Srimad Bhagavatam. And we thank you for your time and your persistence on this chapter and trying to research a lot of content and share with us. So if there is no questions for Srila Prabhuji, Praneshwar Krishna Prabhuji, we can take leave from him. Unless anybody wants to ask a final question, please ask by unmuting. He has few minutes. He can stay with us. And just so you know, Prabhuji, you are absolutely clear. Your ability to convince us and convey the message of the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam was absolutely clear. There was no language barrier. You spoke from the heart, which is the best piece of conveying your message. So thank you so much. It was very nice. And we all appreciate your time. Any questions from ISKCON of Central New Jersey? Srimad Bhagavatam online Zoom channel in the morning.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. This is Ved Sharma from New Jersey.
Yes, Prabhuji, go ahead, ask the question.
Prabhuji, this is something new that about the disappearance of the Lord from this mundane world after showing his leelas. But Prabhuji presented some new thoughts today. And also about when Lord Rama left, it was said that he left himself from the Saryu holy river. So what do we actually understand or follow as the ultimate undeniable truth about this? What is the fact, actual fact?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Actually,
Sorry, I may be pardoned for such imprudences. Because
no,
I'm
no,
still.
no.
Hare Krishna.
It's an absolutely valid question.
Okay.
Actually, the real fact is that Krishna, the pastimes which generally in the devotee community we see, like one hunter came and killed Krishna. It is not true. Just to enter Kali Yuga, just to give a like in the thought in the mind of people in general to put a virus that Krishna is just killed by someone, just to minimize the position of Krishna, then only Kali can enter. Kalim Pravesa, our Acharya has said this. Just to enter the Kali, just to give, allow the Kali to enter, this pastime has been said. But the fact is that, like Lord Ramachandra went back to his abode, Ayodhya, from the Saryu river, taking all his like companions with him. So Lord Krishna have did something like that. He just went on his own body. Uddhavi Singh, it is from the Padma Purana, and it is mentioned by all our acharyas. So we can take this like Krishna's pastime is achintya. It is like inconceivable. So,
Sure.
but in the like if a Gaudiya Vaishnava, if a true follower of Krishna, we should take this pastime as true, not the other one. And
Right.
all the pastimes are eternal, but for that is for the non-devotees.
Okay. So looks like I'm in between both.
No, no.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Danva Pranam. So grateful. So I'll follow. I'll go to their YouTube channel. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Great question. It is very natural that you asked that question, and these sanghas we do. It basically clears a lot of questions we have in mind, and these questions are absolutely welcome. And thank you for asking that question. Any final question before we leave Praneshwar Krishna Prabhu and go over to the announcement section of our program? Okay, so let's thank Praneshwar Krishna Prabhu. We are indebted to you for joining us, from the ISKCON Bhubaneswar library in the backdrop, and enlightening us with your powerful messages around how we should approach Srimad Bhagavatam more as a service, more as Krishna himself, and not as a simple book, but rather Krishna himself. And you spoke about the limbs of Srimad Bhagavatam. You spoke about, the so many thousands of verses is present, and they are part and parcel of Krishna's message. So let's thank Prabhuji with a loud Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol,
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you so much, Praneshwar Krishna Prabhu. Few announcements. We have Sunday feast today evening in our temple, Sunday Love Feast, which Srila Prabhupada instituted 50 plus years back. And we have Jayaprakash Prabhu, do you have any book distribution plan today? I didn't see any message in Japathan last time I announced. So any book distribution plan for today? The marathon is ending.
Taruni Radha Mataji sent some message in the group. Yeah, so she is planning something, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So look forward to the message and join the group of book distributors, the book distributor warriors. In this cold, they brave the cold to defy illusory energy of the Lord, Maya, and go and distribute goodness to everyone. So any other announcements, Semester Prabhu or Jayaprakash Prabhu, other than Sunday Feast and book distribution, you want to share with the group? Okay. Okay, I think that's all for the time being. Let's pay obeisances at the lotus feet of all Vaishnavas by saying Vancha
Vancha
Kalpa
Kalpa Tarubhasya
Kripa
Kripas
Sindhu Vaishnava Patitanam
Nam Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namo
Namah
Vaishnavavrinda ki
Ki
jai,
Jai,
Bhagavatam ki jai,
Ki
Granthras
Jai,
Bhagavatam ki jai,
Ki Jai.
Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Hari 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 Bol. Thank you, everybody.